Okay, this poem is entitled A Man. I was told to handle my situation like a man. First, let's provide a clear definition we both can understand. Is it fighting when a conflict arises? To make a big show for instigators' eyes? I think not, because violence is for fools. That is why we have Christ to regulate the rules. It does not prove I'm afraid when I write. The most effective weapon to use is wisdom with which to fight. And that poem was called A Man. Now, I put all these things in alphabetical order, so wherever I come at, whichever poem I read, that's the one I'm going to read, whichever poem is next. Because in the first, like, 50 sessions of this hands-up project that I was doing, in the first 50, say 50-something sessions, I didn't have no alphabetical order. What I would do is I would be conversating as I am now. A poem would pop into head, and I would find that poem. Then I got to the point where I was like, well, let me put them in some type of order based off of how I was going to, what I was going to be speaking about and everything like that, and find some poems to do that. But the bad thing about that is that each and every poem seems to stem to each other in some way, shape, or form. So I find myself repeating, and I don't want to repeat. You know, you can always find them, and as I put them on YouTube, you will find easier ways of getting them as I do my editings. Okay. So, but that was A Man, and this was written back when I was in jail. I was in jail, and I was supposed to fight a guy for calling me a nigger, okay? I was supposed to fight a white guy for calling me that, and I didn't, because words like a dog's bark are not that tough in my eyesight, and it's always been like that. And plus, I'm a small guy, and I don't want to fight. I'm not going to get up and fight a big, snag-a-tooth guy who definitely has been in some fights in his life, and I'm not a violent person. You know, I'm more afraid of not so much about what they would do to me. My body will heal everything, and if anything, they will kill me, and therefore I'll be dead. But I'm more concerned about what it is that I may do to them. Even if it's a simple scratch on the face, you know, then they have to live with that scar. You know, what if it's something where I hit them, and next thing you know, they beat the pulp out of me? I'm still get in trouble for being hit, or for hitting them. Then I'll go to the infirmary, and I'll have pretty much the only honor in that is when a person says, oh, he wasn't a punk, he stood up, he stood his ground. Okay, well, you stand your ground. When somebody coming up and fighting, you stand your ground, and then find out what ground you're going to be standing on, sitting on, kneeling on, or laying on when it's all said and done. Okay, you win the fight, win. What an epic victory. It means a win at a greater loss. I think that's what that means. I might have been pronouncing it right, but it's like, what do you win? What do you win? Did you get a prize? Did you get anything behind it? Did you receive what? Is it notoriety? Is that what you want? Notoriety, whatever? Oh yeah, he's tough. No, he's an idiot. Basically, you know, he's an idiot. He's going to sit up there and violently accost someone because of words passed, or even because of violence. Person does something violent towards you, humans are naturally perplexed to do something violent towards that person, to show them, you know, hey, you can't mess with me, this, that, and the other. I mean, I have seen where a parent has their child in their arm, up there arguing with someone, trying to ensue a fight. You know, instigation. Words, like I said, like a dog's bark, are not that tough. You can yell and scream all you want to. Well, guess what? That gets tiresome. And if you don't believe me, look at the kids. When you first told your kids to do something, first you said it very authoritative. You know, do this. And the kid did it. All right. Then you turned around there and said authoritative, kid, do this. Kid does this, that, and the other, la da 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 da. And the kid slacks off and doesn't do as well as he know that he can. And there's nothing else said about it. And it goes on and on and on. After a while, and it's quite evident, I'm making this short, but after a while it comes to a point where the words that you use, no matter how high-strung they may be, due to your own inconsistency in carrying out of either punishment or reward of a given statement, phrase, or command that you may have given your children, based off of that, the kids look at it as nothing. And so they just act as if they're doing until your head is turned, and then they don't do it. When you come home and you see that it's not done, what consequence is there? Absolutely none, except for the parent to say once again, can you do this? And the child says, okay. Now the parent is tired. The parent says, well, I may as well do it myself. And there, you have it. That poem was entitled A Man. Now, the next poem in alphabetical order is And Action.